So what's the number one reason to walk every day? Could it be that research has shown that a consistent walk with some intensity can lower your risk of an early death by as much as 50%? That's a pretty powerful reason to walk, but it's not the number one reason. Could it be that research has also shown that a consistent walk with some intensity every day also can lower your risk of heart disease, certain types of cancers, type 2 diabetes, dementia, and more? I mean, that's a pretty great reason to walk every day, but that's not the number one reason to walk. By the way, if you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Dave. It's important for you to know that I'm not a doctor. I'm not a licensed personal trainer. I'm simply a guy who's passionate about walking, and I want to encourage others to begin a fitness habit that sticks. And that's why I started the daily Walking is Fitness podcast. I'm not in a studio saying you should walk. I record each episode while I'm out walking like I am right now. So essentially we're taking a walk together. And if you're wondering where I am right now, I'm in Destin, Florida, along Harbor Walk. This is a beautiful place. And this, by the way, is an important component to the number one reason to walk every day. All right, so it's not lowering your risk of an early death. It's not lowering your risk of some bad health outcomes like heart disease, certain types of cancer, dementia, type 2 diabetes, and more. Research has also shown that walking lowers stress. It lowers anxiety. And that's a pretty great reason to walk every day. But is it the number one reason? Again, no, it's not. Walking every day can also help you think better. It can help you be more creative. In fact, there's research behind that. Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple Computer, would routinely walk around the Apple campus. He would take meetings while walking with others. He understood the power of walking and thinking and being creative. And I wonder how many of the Apple products that we use today actually were conceived while he was on a walk. Walking is a powerful way to think better and to be more creative. Is it the number one reason to walk every day? Again, no. Could it be that walking is fun? And it is. This walk that I'm taking right now, this is fun. Could that be the number one reason to walk every day? Because it's a fun fitness activity. Again, it's a great reason to walk every day, but it's not the number one reason. So if it's not lowering the risk of an early death, if it's not lowering the risk of some bad health outcomes like heart disease, certain types of cancer, dementia, type 2 diabetes, if it's not lowering stress and anxiety, if the number one reason to walk every day isn't to help us think better and be more creative, if it isn't to have fun, what is the number one reason to walk every day? It's this, that if you don't take the walk, none of that happens. If you don't walk every day, none of that happens. You see, the key word in this title, the number one reason to walk every day, isn't walk. The key words are every day. Because a single walk isn't going to lower your risk of an early death. A single walk is not going to lower your risk of getting some bad health outcomes like heart disease, certain types of cancers, dementia, type 2 diabetes. While a single walk can lower stress and anxiety in the moment, it's not going to consistently lower it every day. A single walk might help you think better in the moment, but it's not going to help you think better every day. And you know what? A single walk before you build a habit and get some fitness capacity is probably not going to be all that fun. But as you build the habit, as you build the capacity, those walks become fun, like they are right now. You see, the key is doing this every day. It's creating a habit, being consistent about it, being committed to it. And that's hard. Building a habit is really hard. It's hard on days when the weather's not great. It's hard on days when you don't feel great. It's hard on days when your routine is broken. Habits are hard to build, but they're very easy to break. even habits that are established, where there's a routine in place. Because that's what's happened to me right now. I am away from home, I'm away from my regular habits and routines, and I'm visiting my daughter and her family. They live about 20 minutes outside of Destin, Florida. And so my routine has been broken. And it's easy when routines are broken, it's easy to push pause and say, I'm not going to take the walk today. Am I suggesting that you can never take a day off? Of course not. Of course you can take a day off. There are all kinds of valid reasons, important reasons why you should push pause for a day. Taking the day off is not the issue. It's what do you do on day 2? Because once you miss a day, once you take a day off, again, for very valid reasons, you realize, well, that wasn't so bad. Nothing bad happened. In fact, it might even have made the day better because you didn't have to find room to take the walk. And so it becomes easier to take the second day off. And then 2 days becomes a week becomes a month, and then before you know it, you're way down the road. And I've heard from so many listeners who have said, I used to walk. I used to walk 10,000 steps a day. I used to take a walk every day. So the number one reason to take a walk is to keep the habit going, is to build the fitness capacity, to create that routine, to keep going. Because cumulatively, that's when you begin to lower the risk of an early death. That's when you begin to lower the risk of these bad health outcomes. That's when you're lowering stress and anxiety every day. That's when you're coming up with creative ideas and thinking more powerfully every day. And that's when you're creating opportunities for fun walks every day. If you are thinking about building a fitness habit, if you're thinking about beginning a fitness commitment of walking, I want to invite you to use my podcast, Walking is Fitness. Every episode I record while I'm out walking. I do film a Walking is Fitness video, but those are only released once a week. The audio podcast, Walking is Fitness, is released every single day. Every single day there's a new episode. Every single day there's an episode that will add some encouragement and maybe even a little motivation on those days when you don't feel like it. On those days when maybe you're considering pushing pause, or on those days that are day number 2. You took the day off yesterday and now you're struggling to walk again, to get out and keep that commitment. The podcast can help provide that added motivation, that extra encouragement to do just that. Thank you for watching this video. Again, there's a brand new video on this channel every week. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe, and you'll be notified that there's a new video when it is released. And join me with the audio podcast, Walking is Fitness. And together, let's build a fitness habit that sticks.